Is that Zorro?
Yeah.
With a fedora.
Exactly.
Oh my.
Just having a little fun today.
That's good. So let's see. How do you do that? Choose video filter. Is that it?
Yeah. You go into, well, no, it's not the, I don't know. I hit video settings and then I go into backgrounds and filters. Maybe you get there faster just going to filters. I don't know. But it's, yeah, it's part of the video filters. I could do this if I wanted to. With the pirate's hat. Hey, matey. It's kind of stupid with glasses on. That's better.
So I'm clicking on video filters.
Yeah, then there'll be two tabs there. One's virtual backgrounds and one's video filters.
Yeah.
So you have to click on the video filters tab to the right.
I
and
did
then
that.
Scroll down and up and wherever.
I've done that like 10 times and it's not coming. Nothing's coming up.
I can even look sillier here.
Try out new filters, but nothing's
pretty good. There's Bill.
Yeah, here I am.
Hi, Bill.
How we doing? I don't see you.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, your camera's on.
All right. I'm trying to work on. It's nothing coming up.
Oh, we got you now.
Weird.
Maybe that's why it wasn't working because you didn't have your camera on. I don't know if that's a requirement or not.
Oh, well, it's still not coming up.
I can see you now.
Yeah, but I was trying to get the video filters like
He's trying to get
like our friend Clark has.
Oh.
Oh, do you have to Video Studio Effects package? Do you have to download that first?
Maybe you do. I'm not sure. I can't remember how I did that.
Maybe that's it.
Probably. Here's my 3D look. Well, Bill, I went in and did the poll for you.
Okay, thank you.
City website.
Yeah, it's on, was it Survey Monkey?
Right.
Remember, only answer it once.
Yeah.
They'll only let you answer it once.
Well, yeah, if you use the same computer.
Yeah, if your cookie.
It's one vote, one browser. I'm telling people, only vote once.
Yeah. When do they announce the results of the survey?
It should be. Well, we're gonna make a decision on the 13th, so it should be next week, either next week or early in the week after, because we gotta tabulate the results, announce them, and then when we have the meeting on the 13th, we're supposed to make a decision.
So the city council will make the decision whether to use an independent commission or have the city council do it?
Yes. Because it's basically, that's the law. That's the law. And we're using the survey to decide what the the population, what the voters really feel.
But it's not fair to say that the other option is all city council. It's still an independent workshop group, and they go off with no city council input and come up with 3 options, and city council has to accept one of those without modification.
Right.
So it's kind of a hybrid.
Yeah, that's the hybrid. Yeah, you're right. That's the hybrid. It's
been characterized as, independent versus not independent, and it's not.
Well, actually it is, because the final decision in the independent commission will choose the map, not the city council.
Well, okay, let me rephrase that. The hybrid has been characterized as being city council dominated, and it's not, in my opinion.
In
It's
other words, what
it's a
you're saying, the
hybrid.
city council is not actually drawing the districts.
Or choosing the
group
people who
is
will.
doing that, and they come up with, say, 3 options, and the city council has to choose one of those without any
Exactly.
modification.
So it's not just them deciding.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
final
They don't
decision
get to
is the
draw the
council.
districts into just however they want to benefit themselves.
Correct. So that's why it's a hybrid, basically,
But it's still the city council will make the final decision without
of the options. Yes, correct.
I don't think there's going to be much of a difference either way. And I really don't know what the objections are to having an independent committee. I
think they're mostly concerned about how are we going to find really good folks to be on those committees.
I don't think that's going to be a problem because I know this community, and I've only lived here 4 years, and I know there's a lot of very intelligent people here. They'll have enough people with various backgrounds.
Yeah. Hi, Marie. You're muted, but I can see you're saying hi.
Hi.
Here we go.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And Claire's there. Hello, Claire.
Hi there.
Hey, Joanne, I'm gonna give you guys a preview of, I fixed up the 4-way test banner a little bit after last week's.
Good.
That was hilarious. So check this out. The early people can get to see this. You see that?
5-way. Yeah.
It's even busier now.
Yeah, but at least that first, second, third, fourth.
Yes,
So
yes.
you gotta go
Bill, that's the order.
left, right, then down.
Oh, you 5-way test. All right.
That's right. So fix it up a little bit.
All right.
Huh.
Glad you have something important things to do there.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to know tell me about your glasses, Clark.
Oh, it's just one of my different disguises. I heard the code enforcement officer was going to be on, so I thought I should disguise myself.
Figuring out. Good idea.
Good idea. Good idea. Otherwise, he'd be after you. Hi, Christine.
Hi, everybody. Sorry, I was
Hi there.
trying to get my.
Anthony's on also, our distinguished guest. for
There
today.
Hello, Anthony. And there's Dick Fowler. Hi,
Yeah.
Dick.
Here I am.
How you doing?
Pretty good.
Pretty nice
Beautiful
flowering.
sunshine here.
Yeah. And
Hey,
President
Carol.
Brian.
Hey, good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Oh, I love the glasses, Clark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Morning, Carol.
Is that giving you a 3D view of all of us?
Yeah.
Your wishes.
I told Joanne that since the code enforcement officer was going to be on, I needed to be incognito.
Oh,
There he
that's
is.
good.
How you doing, Anthony?
Morning.
Hey, Anthony, what'd you do to your arm?
I have a torn rotator cuff that I had surgery on this past Tuesday. I had 2 massive tears in
Ooh.
my shoulder that I've been walking around with. So they were finally able to put those back together.
Oh, wow.
It's okay
Well,
to
I'm
come
glad.
in. Yeah.
You need a little rehab there.
Yeah, I've just
Yeah,
been
we'll
working
get
in pretty
it.
hard, so you know,
Yeah, you tell your boss to lay off, huh?
I've just been working hard. So.
Demanding.
What happens at the city? We're lean and mean.
Lean and mean.
Okay.
Well, it's hard to lift up all those tools and stuff with you. Got a sling there.
Sometimes it is.
There we go.
Oh, that's even better, Clark. I like
I
that.
do like the glass.
Yeah.
I think I've seen this guy out on the streets out there. Put the glasses on.
I think Clark's been spending too much time playing with Zoom and figuring out all the little apps.
Yeah.
He looks like, who was that? The burglar. Was it, what was there was a cartoon or
I
A
think he looks
hamburger?
like, I
He
think
kinda
he
looks
likes,
like a McDonald's hamburger.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's it. That's who it is. Yeah.
I thought he looked like Zorro myself. But
Oh, Zorro.
hi,
they have all
Jan.
kinds of goofy
Oh.
things you can do on Zoom. It's pretty fun.
Hi,
Hi,
Jan. How are
Carol. How are
you?
you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Just had my second COVID vaccine.
Yay!
Oh,
Yay.
fantastic.
Oh, wow, my
I'm
arm.
thinking of a tattoo on my forehead. You
Yeah.
know, had my second.
Yeah.
I don't think we want that.
Okay. All right.
I
Yeah,
wore
think
Maybe,
my,
long-
maybe you could do like a little tattoo where they inject
Oh,
you,
yeah.
like a cool
A
little
little-
sunshine or
Yeah.
Something on there.
Think longer term, Joanne.
Okay. All right. Hi, Rich. Welcome.
Hello. Nice to be here.
Get that nice brick background there.
Thanks. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
All right.
Yes. Yep.
Your
Hi,
dulcet
Rich.
tones.
We'll give a couple more minutes. We've got, see if we can get some others to log in here.
Barbara. Hey, Barbara.
Hey, John.
Hi,
Howdy, howdy.
I'm trying to get myself on.
Okay. We're here. Hey, John.
Hello.
Howdy.
Hi, I'm on.
All right.
We don't see you, John.
I know. I'm gonna click that.
He's like, I know.
I know. Hi, Alan.
Hello.
Oh,
Hello,
Alan is
everybody.
here. All right.
Welcome,
Hi,
welcome.
Alan.
Howie. What's
Hi.
up, Howie?
How you doing?
Oh, I'm just fine.
Good.
So Joanne, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Good.
I think.
Where's Chris?
Chris Wyatt, I think she's on her way to
Yeah.
um,
Oh, isn't she on vacation?
Baja.
I thought she was already there. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there she is.
I
Good
think
for
she
her.
left yesterday, I think. San Felipe, that's probably it, huh?
Said.
Yeah, I thought she was already
Okay.
there. I saw an email from her this morning. I told her to get off email.
Nice. Oh, there's Howie. And Graziella. Hello, Graziella.
Oh, hello.
This moon's just coming up.
How is everyone?
Okie dokie.
We're good.
Is Clark all right? Is he feeling well?
He's incognito because we have the code enforcement on,
Yeah,
so he's trying
That's
to.
not Clark.
He
That's
doesn't
not
want
Clark.
anybody arresting him for all the.
We don't have the
Codes he
power
has.
of arrest, so Clark, you're safe.
Love it. Love it. All right. Well, why don't we go ahead and get started? Let's see. Marie, would you mind leading us in the pledge today? You're on mute, Marie.
All right. I pledge
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of
States of
America,
America,
the republic
and to the
for which it
republic
stands,
for which it stands,
God,
one nation,
under
God,
liberty and
indivisible,
justice for all.
liberty, justice for all.
Justice for all.
Great.
Amen.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Marie. I appreciate that. Let's see. Carol, would you mind?
Oh, how
leading us in the
cool.
Four-way pledge.
Sure.
Thank you.
Ready? Set.
Is it the truth?
Of the things we think.
Oh,
Of all the things we think and say and do, is it the truth?
Is it
Is the
truth?
truth.
Second, number
Is it
two,
fair to
Concern.
all concerned?
number three, will it build good
Better friendships.
Number four, will it beneficial to all concerned? Number five,
Will
have
it be fun?
all right. Thank you very much, Marie and Carol, for doing that for us. I appreciate it. All right. And Alan, do you have a poem for us today?
Yes, I do.
Perfect.
And this poem I wrote a couple of years ago to I really commemorate what was going on in two friends' lives. And then Recently, I'm going through the same thing with another friend and also a relative. And I'd like to read an opening statement before I read the poem. When a husband loses his wife to the ghosts that have taken over her mind, the power of love does not diminish, as is the case in Time Takes Its Toll. She sits in the sandbox, pushing the sand in a circular motion. Her head bent to her chest, she appears oblivious to the world around her. She runs the sand through her fingers like a river's waters being released from a dam, as tears flow from her cloudy blue eyes. Her long gray hair blows in the gentle wind, like many pixies dancing to nature's tune. I look at her, the love of my life, the woman I married. I watch her struggling to make sense of a life slipping away, and there is nothing I can do but cry with her. My eyes mist over. I think of the life we had and the love we shared. She smiles, a glimpse of the past, realizing I'm standing there. Tempted to speak, I hold my tongue, for I know no reply will be forthcoming. The sands of time have wrested her from my embrace, but not from my heart, which wishes for a miracle that will never come. She has returned to a simpler time of life and lives in the moment, her past lost to the demon possessing her mind. I slip into the box beside her. My eyes meet hers, empty eyes, a tunnel into a lost spirit, the magic gone. I reach for her now limp hand and press it close to my chest. I long for the day she loved me, but I never loved her more than I do today. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Alan. Very nice.
Outstanding.
Very nice. Yeah. All right. Any visiting Rotarians today? I don't see any in the participants. How about
Looks like we have
guests?
Mary Jo. Mary Jo's here.
Mary Jo.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
I missed it. Mary Jo, hello.
Ding to you, Brian.
Welcome, Mary Jo.
Thank you. Thank you, Joanne.
Thank you for joining us. All right. Any guests out there today?
Hi,
I have a
it's
guest
Heather
here.
Osterhout.
I got my daughter Heather here.
Hi,
Yeah,
Heather.
yeah, yeah. Hi, Heather. Who's that with you, Heather?
My dad.
Oh, busted. Clark.
There we go. Oh.
All right. Any birthdays out there? Okay. How about anniversaries? Any anniversaries? Oh,
Next
no
Monday
anniversaries.
is ours,
Oh, well, fantastic.
52.
52 years. Wow. Congratulations to you guys. That's
Congrats.
fantastic.
Yep, it's been a good life.
All right. Is Andrea on today? So I wanted to go around the room and see if anyone has anything to share. And I was hoping Andrea would be on today because she just got back from San Salvador and thought she could tell us a little bit about not only the trip, but evidently she attended a Rotary meeting down there. And so I was curious about how that went, but she's not on today. Okay. All right. Anyone else have anything they want to share about what's been going on in their lives? I'll share. This past weekend, I got to spend time with two really close Marine Corps buddies of mine that we met 43 years ago in February. We were all stationed at Camp Pendleton together, and we had a great time all these years. And except for last year, we typically get together at least once a year. So we got together this past Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and they live just south of Las Vegas. So we flew into Vegas, drove down there, had a great time. And as typical Marines, we drank too much, told a lot of lies, but had a good time. So anyone else have anything going on for them that they want to share?
I didn't know they took children into the Marines 43 years ago.
Yes, yes. I was, went in 2 days after I turned 18. Yep. Thank you for that. Anyone else?
I'm excited. My husband gets back today. He's been gone at sea for the last month, so.
Oh, yeah, that'll be
Hey,
nice.
welcome back.
Oh, great. Where was he? Where at sea? Can you tell us?
Seattle, Seattle, out.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Out up there where he always is.
Okay. All right.
I'm
Anything else?
excited about baseball season almost starting.
Me
April
too.
1st.
Yeah.
Yay! The long, black, bleak spring is over with no base, only spring training.
Go Dodgers, right?
Not quite, but
All right.
better than the other one.
Okay.
What did you say,
All
Heather?
right.
What did you say, Heather?
Go Christie.
You said go Giants, I think. I heard you say.
Oh,
Ah.
Go Christie.
Heather.
It's okay.
By the
All right.
way, if you didn't know, if you've had both your shots and you have your COVID card, you can get a free donut at Krispy Kreme Donuts every day for the rest of the year.
Really?
Kidding.
Every single day.
If you live through it.
Yeah.
I'm
You
getting a
probably
shot
get
just
one
for
free,
that.
but you'll buy 5 more, right?
Everybody's already put on like 10 pounds going through this COVID thing. so
Yeah,
we
just what we
compound
need
it
is a
with a daily
Krispy
shot.
Kreme every day.
Can someone else take over the meeting? I want to get online and get my shot.
Hey, I don't know if anybody's seen the mural downtown, but boy, it is gorgeous. He's still working on it, on the Bierman's building.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
And tell us about it. What is the mural?
It's a young lady with some roses around her. It's
Okay.
very, and it's huge. It's huge. In the alleyway between the Jensen building and Bierman's.
Yes.
He's still working on it. I was on this morning and he was working on it.
Okay.
He's a very well-known artist. Grammar Seal, what's his name? Grammar or something like that. He did a lot of painting up in Paradise after the fire.
I think it's Shane Grammer.
Okay.
Shane Grammer. Thank
Shane
you.
Grammer.
Thank you,
He's a
Rich.
good friend of mine.
Oh, he is?
Ah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
Hi.
Very beautiful.
Hi, Rich.
Hello.
How
Hi,
are
Barbara.
you?
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
All right. Why don't we move into some committee reports? Clark, do you want to lead off with membership?
I just took a bite of my sandwich. Thanks for that, Brian.
Perfect timing.
Now put my mask back on.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, the main thing that we have today is an induction of a new member. And for that, I'm going to turn the time over to Christine to do the induction. I'm going to share a little package here we've got ready for Rich while she does that. Go ahead, Christine.
Perfect. Thank
Very
you.
nice. Very nice.
All right. Well, fellow Rotarians, it is the responsibility of every Rotarian to recruit new quality members and to retain our existing members to ensure continued success in meeting the many needs of our local and international communities and to extend the spirit of Rotary throughout the community. Just think of the impact Rotary has had on your professional and personal lives as a result of someone inviting you to a Rotary meeting. Today, we welcome to our Rotary family and admit into membership, Rich Lester, who has been sponsored by me. Rich, you have been elected to membership because this club, you have been elected to membership in this club because your fellow members believe you to be worthy representative of your vocation and to possess qualities that will permit you to exemplify in your public, business, social, and private life the true spirit of Rotary. Rotary is a service club with each member adhering to our motto, service above self. In addition to service, you will have the benefit of strong bonds of friendship, not only with the members of this club, but with Rotarians worldwide. By virtue of your membership in this club, you will be welcomed into fellowship of any Rotary club in the world. I encourage you to increase your knowledge of Rotary by visiting the Rotary website and reading the monthly Rotarian magazine and working with your mentor, Linda Scott. It is my privilege and honor to induct you as a member of the Rotary Club of Lincoln. I now have the virtual pleasure of pinning you, your emblem of our worldwide organization. Wear it always and with pride. Fellow Rotarians, I present to you the newest District 5180 Rotarian, Rich Lester, and I charge you to give him your friendship and help to educate him on the responsibilities and requirements of being a Rotarian, as well as the many worthwhile programs and projects of Rotary. And in conformance with the fifth statement of the Lincoln Rotary four-way test, let's all have fun.
All right. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well done.
Very, very nice. Well done, Christine, and welcome, Rich.
So much. Glad to be here. Can't wait to be able to hang out with you guys in person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same here. Yeah. Perfect.
I
All right,
also
Clark.
just want to say thank you to
Yes.
Wild Bill for putting the package together and getting me all this stuff. Brian came over and signed the certificate. Bill Loritz and I also got a new certificate signed for you by the president, so I'll get that to you.
Thank you.
So that concludes anything from membership. Rich,
All
glad
right.
to have you here.
Thank you so much, Clark. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Clark.
And Rich, I'm just so happy to see you because I know you're a treasurer when it comes to involvement and commitment to community. So a special welcome.
Well, thank you, Barbara.
And
We miss
don't
seeing you.
ask me to participate because he eases you into work. Welcome.
Thank you.
All right. Let's see, Richard, any update on World Services?
No updates at this point.
Okay. All right. Is Kimberly on? I did speak with Kimberly just a couple days ago, and it sounds like she is now fully staffed. They're onboarding the rest of the staff. Yes. So she talked about her ability to start to have some time to be able to participate in some of our meetings, and she felt bad about not being as active, but she's been very busy, as I think everyone on here knows. And also something I'll point out that she mentioned that even though they still have quite a few deaths coming through there are fewer COVID related deaths, which I took as a positive. So that was nice to hear. So, all right. So
Hey, Brian, can I just dig in?
yes,
I just
absolutely.
want a reminder that we have a commitment for the senior center, and we really need to get moving on that. Hopefully, Kimberly's going to find somebody who might lead that project, get some estimates and get some things done. We have a deadline to finish that, to get our matching funds from district, and those funds have been earmarked for us, so we really need to see if we can follow through and get this done. So
Yeah.
I'm hopeful that she's moving on that, and we're going to move.
Yes. Thank you for bringing that up. She did mention that she's in touch with
Harriet.
Who was it? Yes, with Harriet, and Harriet is going to get her the name of the person within the senior center that she needs to work with. And I know that Chris had mentioned that we have some trees ready to be planted and that sort of thing. So
we really need a Rotarian to take the project lead on this.
Okay. All right. I'll talk with Kimberly some more about that.
Great.
All right. Any update from youth? I know Chris is off and hopefully enjoying herself and taking some needed time off, some well-deserved time off. Claire, anything on social?
Other than the fact that we're going to have one on the 4th Thursday in April.
The 5th Thursday?
5th Thursday. What did I say? 4th, yeah, 5th Thursday.
Okay. Yeah.
And more information to come. It'll probably be from about 5:30 to 7, but that's pending. That's why I'm not confirming anything right now.
Okay, sounds good.
But I think
So,
that's the best time frame. So.
Okay, so that's the 29th of April. So
right.
Watch for more details coming from Claire.
Right.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I know Karen went down to Palm Desert to help out a friend who's in need. Evidently, she was in a pretty serious car accident, this friend of hers. And so a number of friends are helping to pitch out or pitch in where they can to help out. The accident happened around Thanksgiving, but evidently she just recently came home from the hospital. So sounds like a pretty severe accident. So I know she and Jerry, I think, both went down to be there. Let's see, John, any updates on properties?
Yeah, we met as the properties board last week and took care of a lot of business items. First off is that we elected Graziella to become our treasurer, which means that she's going to take that job over from Jerry, which makes Jerry available, and he's agreed to take the job of secretary for next year. So we're excited that we have both of those slots filled. I know Art is going to be happy to hear that as well. We have the property walkthrough this Saturday. That's at Carlin Copen Elementary is where we're going to meet. And that's at 10:30. That's 150 12th Street. I know that Uber, which will be our new property managers, they're going to be there for the walkthrough. That's important. All rents are current, which is certainly good news. We're ongoing with the Placer County property tax appeal, and there's another hearing that's being set. Won't be until July, but at least it's on the docket. Big thing, of course, is the court hearing to accept title of all properties, and that occurs on April 16th at 10 a.m. That's going to be an exciting day, hopefully for us. It depends on what the judge determines to do. If he turns the properties over to us, it could be the end of the trust and the beginning of a new era for Rotary. We've talked before about the mowing of the vacant lots, and that's been done by our handyman. I think that kind of completes the report, Brian.
Okay, all right. And on the 16th, is that
Yes.
virtual? I'm assuming it's virtual.
It'll
Yeah.
be virtual, yes.
And do you know who's attending that from Rotary?
On the 16th,
Yes, yeah.
Daryl for sure. And maybe Jerry. I'm not. We'll work that out. But,
Okay.
You want to attend?
All right. Sure, I'll be happy to attend.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
fine. Good.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Now, thank you for that update, John. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Anyone else have any other general updates? Nope. All right. I think then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and move into the speakers time slot for today. And I think Christine, were you introducing?
I am.
Oh, perfect.
Good afternoon, everybody. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Anthony Anderson, who joined the City of Lincoln in November 2020 as our code enforcement officer. Anthony, by way of his past experience, honorably retired in 2015 from the United States Air Force after 17 years of service. He then did some studies at Sierra College, where he studied administration of justice and was part of the business entrepreneurship program. Most immediately before coming to the City of Lincoln, he was working as a code enforcement officer for Sacramento County and has some fun and engaging stories about his time there. But he is a Lincoln resident, and so was very excited at the opportunity when we advertised our code enforcement officer here in the City of Lincoln. And so I'm pleased to introduce to you Anthony Anderson. He's going to share with you a little bit about the underdog role of code enforcement in a city like Lincoln, and some of the exciting projects that he's spearheading in order to educate our community about what the municipal code means, how it protects your property values, and keeps the health and vitality of our community alive. So Anthony, I'll turn it over to you.
And can I just remind everybody to please mute yourself while the speaker is talking, and you can unmute to ask questions as you need to. Thanks. Go ahead, Anthony.
Okay, well, first of all, thank you very much for the warm introduction. I'm very happy to be here, very humbled to be here. And I'd like to show this to to Brian, because he should have something like this, or else he owes me a drink. So I'll go ahead and put that down, Brian. So to get started, I'm originally from Richmond, Virginia. I came by way of retirement out the military to California, and I'm a code enforcement officer now. But first, I just want to go ahead and read the definition of what that is, and some of us have not read what that is. So a code enforcement officer, by definition, is a code enforcement officer is a sworn or non-sworn inspector, officer, investigator, employed by a city or county or city and county who possesses specialized training and whose primary duties are prevention, detection, investigation, and enforcement of violations of laws regarding public nuisances or public health and safety, welfare, public works, business activities, consumer protection, building standards, land use, and municipal affairs. So it involves a lot. And I'm happy to be here in Lincoln, which is growing so fast. I think our last census in 2020 was 49,101 people. So, and we're growing by, I think it's 0.85% annually. So I've got a lot to do, and Christine's been helping me out here. Matter of fact, when I first started working here, she gave me this little duck here because of a lot of times a swan or a duck looks very calm on the surface, but underneath their feet are kind of pedaling like crazy to kind of keep up. So it's been a challenge trying to keep Lincoln kind of up and running, at least finding out what the community is about, finding out what the people of Lincoln is about and the community is about. And I do that by this kind of code enforcement. To me is about enforcement of codes for the greater good of the community. So kind of I do that by getting out there and talking with people. People are starting to find out that I do answer my phone when they leave messages and trying to resolve things at the lowest level, and not just by penalizing people. We're trying to get things through compliance. I found out as I've been driving around Lincoln that a lot of times people aren't even aware of the municipal code. You go announce it to them. Well, what's that? What do you mean a municipal code? What are TCRs? What do you mean I can't have my 50-foot RV parked in my driveway with my my tractor trailer truck? So where I come in is number one, just by kind of educating people and letting them know what they can and what they cannot do within the community as it relates to the municipal codes. Also, too, by word of mouth, just talking to people, kind of letting them know that the city is kind of there, taking in their ideas or how we arrive to the municipal codes. Some of the ways I do this also through social media. Social media is kind of here to stay. As a matter of fact, we're on social media right now on Zooming. So that's another way that I like to try to get information out to people. Some of the projects I think that Christine mentioned or alluded to that we started are cleanups. So property cleanups. We had a property that we removed 5.28 tons of trash and garbage out of its front and backyard. And since I've been driving around, there's probably about, I think I've counted maybe 200 properties and then some that are in a similar situation. And a lot of times they involve a certain type of kind of hoarder mentality that you kind of have to work with, and you have to kind of be very sensitive to how you communicate with people. And Christine's been very instrumental in helping me with that as well too. But we've got another property that we're working on right now after we had success with that first one, cleaning it up, and the lady was actually able to sell her house because what happens is I get a code request in the form of a complaint. I then go out there to verify if the complaint is legitimate. If the complaint's legitimate, then I first go ahead and make contact with the property owner to even see if they even realize that they have an issue. And then I try to, from there, work with them to get the issue resolved without going any kind of legal routes first. Because once again, remember, we want compliance before we start to kind of penalize. So a lot of times just by getting out there and communicating with them, and I think I have a good gift of, or I'm able to communicate well or to share, I've gotten pretty good success with helping people out and getting them to understand the big picture. So right now we've got another property on 1230 Brookside Lane that this guy has about maybe 60 tons. I'm estimating anywhere between 50 and 60 tons of stuff from bicycle parts, motorcycle parts, aircraft parts. He's got everything in his, I mean, there's 3 cars sitting in his backyard, or kit cars, that he does not even realize are there, that we were trying to help clean up. So little projects like that, even just kind of helping the community as far as getting rid of these, I really don't, for lack of a better word, I guess, call them problem properties, because that's what they are. So that's kind of where I come in. Some of our other violations are going to be the RVs. I think there's probably about 1,400 RVs that are in the Lincoln area that are kind of illegally parked, people's residences. The other's going to be junk and rubbish, inoperable vehicles. So slowly but surely, I'm trying to just get the word out and educate people, because I have not been here very long. So to educate people that, you know, you do have an active code enforcement officer, that he is out here driving around, he is out there looking. Sometimes I'm not greeted very happily. People are not happy to see me, and some people are happy to see me. So you have to kind of deal with both. But just by kind of keeping a smile on my face and letting them know that I'm here to work with them and not against them, that I am a part of the Lincoln community myself, that, you know, we'll get through this and we'll work things out. Normally, if it gets to a situation where it's like a big problem, Christine and I will work that out and we'll see what needs to be done. But normally, most people are kind of compliant. They get it and they understand that. Nothing against Rio Linda, but I personally don't want Lincoln looking like Rio Linda in some parts. I've worked in Rio Linda, I've worked in Sacramento, and I've kind of seen what can kind of happen if things go unchecked. Also, too, some of the problem properties where the homeless tend to kind of come and dwell, we're working out plans with that, where I'm contacting the property owners, because property owners can still police their own property. It's difficult for PD or code enforcement to go on private property and police it without the owner's permission. So by getting in touch with the property owners and getting them to police their own property or clean it up, we can maybe start at least slowing the spread of the homeless from that point. I also want to talk at any time. Please interrupt me and ask questions. I enjoy that. I want to know a little bit more about me. This is definitely not going to be me, you know, just kind of preaching about code enforcement, because I don't want to insult anyone's intelligence. You guys look like you got a lot more experience than I do as far as the city of Lincoln. So at any time you want to ask questions, you can just go ahead and stop me and do that. But I think I read the definition of what a code enforcement officer does. You do need your PCA 32 or post to do this job. Like I said, it's sworn or it's unsworn. The projects that we're working on. Oh, also too, I wanted to give kind of a little props to, we got the Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, Jehovah's Witness kids to help us out. 15 kids, so we're getting volunteers and we're trying to work on fundraisers for these cleanups because they do get expensive, but they're also very necessary. So unless I'm missing something, I'm supposed to talk for 20 minutes, but I'll let you ask questions about me just in case you want to know where I'm from or stuff like that. I've already dropped the coin, Brian, so I'm not waiting on you. So
what's your drink of choice? I owe you.
Oh, he couldn't do it.
So Anthony, I have a quick question. Yeah. So if we see an RV, I mean, I take my dogs out for a walk yesterday. I went by an RV and it's sitting on South Creek. There's an electrical cord coming from the house over the fence into the RV, and they took duct tape across the public sidewalk. That would kind of be a violation, I would assume. I think it's been there at least 72 hours, but just putting duct tape on an extension cord across the sidewalk, that's not legal, is it?
Okay. I would say usually 72 hours is the limit that they can be there, because a lot of times if people are about to go out and use the RV to camp, they kind of charge it up overnight and to put the extension tape there, or the tape just to keep people from tripping over it. Now, if they're storing it there and that's beyond 72 hours on their property, that starts to become an issue. So what I've been doing, and what Christine helped me make up, are just flyers that I've been slowly canvassing the whole city of Lincoln, street by street, wherever I see an RV, I put these flyers on their doors, and it's been getting good success from people calling me back. Because like I said, people don't know about the violations necessarily, that you can't store your RV in your front, your side yard, or on the street over 72 hours. It has to be to the rear of your property behind the setback, behind a 6-foot fence. So when you tell people that, they're kind of, oh, I didn't even know that. But as far as people getting ready to take their RVs out camping, that is allowed. I kind of use common sense with that, and I can kind of tell when it's been sitting there forever, or if they're about to go camping one day and then put it back in storage.
One of the other problems that we see a lot of times with RVs is that they tend to be utilized as sort of an auxiliary dwelling unit. And so they'll move a family member in there, or have sort of more of a long-term residency in their RV, either parked on the street or in the driveway. And that is a separate violation of the municipal code. You're not allowed to use those as residential dwelling units on private property.
Correct.
Hey, Anthony.
Excuse me, go ahead.
All right. You might remember I came out and saw you guys when you were removing that stuff from the guy where he had 7 cars in the front yard and stuff. And I'm kind of blown away, because if I heard you right, he had 5 tons and the one you just talked about has 50 tons. Are you telling me it's 10 times that amount? Because that's just unbelievable, because that guy had the biggest. What's the size of those dumpsters that you had? They're like 20 feet
yards
long.
I forget
how
it's called a 40-yard bin.
40-yard bin, and I think you did 3 of them there.
Yes, ma'am. So we're.
I mean, you just can't believe how much stuff.
And that didn't include all the tires, which have to be taken to a separate facility, as well as the dismantled vehicles.
And I guess, one of the reasons I came out, because Christine had mentioned it, we might, as Rotary, might be able to help doing some of the organization of those things. Do you see a role for us doing that? I mean, we're not going to be like those young guys you had out, with all the muscles, but at least we could help organize or talk to the people or help you or whatever. Do you see a role for us doing that as a kind of a community service?
Yes, ma'am. No man is an island, and we're all interdependent on each other. So whatever ideas that I can get from other people to help will be great. Let's say, for example, when we had the guys out there, one of the things I forgot are, portable toilets. That would have been nice to have out there, but I didn't think of that. So there's some things I might not think of that you might think of that I could use, or just other fundraisers too, like doing a burger burn or something like that for the kids or the guys after they volunteer. Ideas like that, or ways to maybe to sit outside, get the community involved. Sometimes I'm a little bit too, kind of straightforward. I got kind of side person and deal with the community. Realize there's sensitive people out there. So just to be kind of, careful with what I say, to help temper what I say, to kind of get more volunteers to help out. I think as the word spreads about that, the community will get behind that, because it's increasing their property value. It's cleaning up their neighborhoods. Because a lot of times when you have these hoarder homes like this, right behind it comes usually meth addiction, or the homeless actually use a lot of these parts and things as currency, as money, because they don't have cash. So they trade bike parts, they trade machine parts and things like that. But definitely you'll have a role, because it's just as far as the planning and maybe thinking of things that I'm not thinking of, or Christy might not be thinking of, etc.
Great. Okay. Well, maybe we can get like a schedule of your time and when you plan to do that, and we can meet out there or whatever. We can help with the planning, something like that.
At this point, where the house that he's talking about that has about 50 tons, we've reached a little bit of an impasse, because the gentleman has some mental health issues, and even though he consented at one point in time for us to do the cleanup, I have concerns that he may not have had capacity to consent. So the family is working to try to get either an attorney in fact appointed, or some type of conservatorship or something that we can move forward. So
that's a long-term stuff.
It is. So we might have to start looking at a different property and just kind of skip ahead. Right. The other thing Anthony is doing is he's going to give a presentation to the Placer County Association of Realtors, and they have grant funds available. And the individuals I've spoken with say this is exactly right up their alley for the kinds of projects that they would want to fund, because it all affects property values, right? And so if you're listing a property, and you're looking at the neighbor with 50 tons of garbage, I mean, obviously it affects the ability of that property to move. And then also we anecdotally get a lot of in the field, well, when I bought this place, my real estate agent said I could. whatever, park my RV in my front yard, leave my, work project vehicles in my front driveway, whatever. And so it's also an opportunity for Anthony to kind of disabuse them of some of those notions and hopefully make his job easier as we go forward.
Sounds like a great partnership. And PCAR's got a lot of money.
We know, we're excited to tap into that resource.
That did happen quite a bit when I would go out to some of the properties, especially when I was placing the flyers out there. You'd have people, well, I've been in Lincoln for 10 years or 20 years, and I've never heard this, and my realtor told me this. And I was like, well, that's good. You've been getting away with it for 20 years. So for now, you got to start paying the piper, So I'm really excited about that as well, too. And hopefully we have great success with that.
The other question I had is included in your list of objectives was, I believe, some business activities. What can the business, since I'm involved with the Downtown Lincoln Association, what kind of things should the businesses be expecting in terms of code enforcement?
As far as businesses, one of the things I would like for them to do, especially when I'm walking up and down the alleys, are to watch for graffiti or like gang markings on their dumpsters or their walls or stuff like that.
So they should contact you if they have it? They should contact you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Or I contact them, they can just kind of watch for that. Also, the dumpsters behind the businesses, if there's a way to secure those or lock those when they're not in use so that the homeless it doesn't draw the homeless to kind of try to rummage through them or some of the items as well too. And it's kind of also probably keep those areas well lit areas, at least preventing crime through design or through landscape is what I'm getting at. So those are two of the things that businesses can expect from me. Right now with the COVID, I'm pretty much kind of just on advisory, just kind of going and making sure, hand sanitizer is being used, making sure that people are wearing masks, at least abiding by those standards, just to kind of keep everyone safe.
Joanne, some of the other areas that code enforcement gets involved with the business community is that we do a lot of partnering with the building division. And so we've in the past had, nobody's exactly building out restaurants right now, but we've had in the past unpermitted construction, those kinds of, unpermitted tenant improvements, those kind of things. And that's the type of thing where the chief building inspector or one of his field inspectors will call code enforcement to accompany them. And, depending on the severity of the problem, the construction, maybe red tag, stop, and then code enforcement will get involved in trying to get compliance and that type of thing. The other area that we intersect with the business community with is signs.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, and so we have really not been focusing on the sign ordinance during this whole COVID thing because we understand that our local restaurants and businesses need to get information out there about whether they're open for inside dining or takeout only or whatever. But, eventually as we start coming out of this pandemic, we're going to have to sort of get back to educating business owners about flag signs and off-premises signs and kind of all of that, because we're starting to get a lot of complaints about blight downtown, that there just seems to be, everybody's just getting overwhelmed by all the signs that are out there. And with these recent storms and winds, a lot of them are pretty dog-eared looking. So, well, that'll be a focus probably, summer.
Okay.
I'll start getting out there a little bit more on the signs because just like kind of leveling the playing field. Also, too, with the placements of the signs, sometimes when they start to block sidewalks and the A-frames and things like that, they kind of create hazards. And that's like we're talking about, the wind can blow them out into the street or other things like that. I know I just sent out, it should be coming out here soon, the small flyers about basketball hoops because they are everywhere during summertime. And I've been getting a lot of complaints about, I guess, those just kind of being in the street. A lot of times during the thunderstorms or strong winds, they blow over, they damage property, or even worse, they hit people. So I just sent out should be on the city webpage, just about kind of destroying those on your property and laying those down, because lots of complaints coming in about those. It's another hot item, not necessarily related to businesses. The A-frames, I just thought I'd throw that in there as another thing that we're working on as well too.
What about, do you contact property managers of the shopping centers and ask them to clean up their own centers rather than having to go to the individual owners? Has that been tried?
Not yet, but I am trying to get all of them on a master list as far as the property owners. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was like, the little shopping center at 12 Bridges had 9 feather signs and sandwich boards. When I drove by, I drive by there every day because I live in 12 Bridges. And I was president of the chamber when the sign ordinance got changed in 2012 or 2013. And, you know, we tried as business community to try and, you know, mitigate the impact of that. But the community really wanted, because it was totally out of control then as well. But it's now, it is really creeping back. Christine and I talked about it the other day, but again, I'm
Yeah,
maybe we should give the retailers a break right now.
It's kind of a source of contention with the A-frames, especially because some store owners have paid for theirs, you know, I forget what it's called, the easement. And then others haven't. And you know, it's going to be expensive to do that. So if you've paid for yours and somebody else hasn't, that's kind of a source.
Oh, the encroachment permit.
Encroachment permit. That's what I want to say. So
and that's on the list too. Lots of fires to put out, definitely going from the RVs to the porters to the homeless. Lots of fires to put out. So it's just a matter of kind of almost just kind of scheduling it and putting it on a map
priorities.
and you slowly keep up to it.
Yeah.
But that is, you know, that is a good idea, Joanne. You know, perhaps as we approach the summer season, we can put together some type of informational item and get the chamber and DLA to push it out there.
Sure.
Reminding them of the sign ordinance and just saying, you know, we haven't been enforcing it, but
yeah, I
know,
think there's some new business owners that probably don't even know about it.
True.
You know, because it was quite a struggle, as Clark alluded to a few years back.
I've seen it on 12 Bridges. I know over there with the casinos, restaurants, saw a whole bunch of A-frames and signs that's kind of sitting right there on the sidewalk.
Right.
So you can't even walk on the sidewalk. All these signs are sitting right there. So I kind of drove by that area, just kind of take some pictures of it just so I can remember to go by there.
And especially with the A-frame signs, people don't really realize, but it's also an ADA accessibility issue. So if you're blocking the sidewalk so that one of our residents who's in a wheelchair now can't get past that sign because it's sitting in the middle of some of our sidewalks are very narrow, particularly downtown, that becomes an issue too. We get those complaints as well.
Right. From one particular person. Oops, I didn't say that.
Well, yeah, there's a few.
Anyway, thank you.
There is a usual suspect.
Well, overall,
right.
I think the stuff you're doing is going to be very helpful. And especially, you know, I think it's amazing the fact that you have people in a neighborhood with really nice houses, and then there's one house there that's got 7 cars they're working on and tires and everything. So you're really doing a service to get to address that.
Right, and like I said, the first started in November, so within like my first 6-month window, I'm just mostly just trying to educate people to get them on the same page and let them know what the violations are and the things that are violations. And then most people are calling me, like I talked about earlier, when they get these flyers, when I put them on their door, they do call me back and they'll know, and they start talking, okay, what can I do to comply? You know, how can I help? I'm not sure if there's areas, I know we're running out of storage areas for the RVs. There's not a lot of places to store them because we have so many of them here. And I know along Venture Drive, I think Buzz Oates, is that his name? Buzz, he's owning all these warehouses and things like that. I'm not sure if maybe we can convert one of those to a storage place if they want to get rid of one of those properties or something like that. But this drive by, I was thinking about that. That might be somewhere down the road, but lots of RVs.
Yep. 1,400, you said.
Yes, ma'am.
So there's a business if anybody wants to open an RV storage lot.
There you go.
You heard it here first.
Can I ask a kind of a quick question? Hopefully it can be quick. I was just trying to find a appropriate way to ask how much time or energy is being put into the kind of the health and COVID related ordinances is that kind of a main focus of this role, or is it kind of secondary right now, or just curious
never
what
stopped.
businesses can expect?
Yeah, as far as I can do is just kind of advisement, making sure that masks are being worn. I've been out passing out hand sanitizer and masks, and just kind of, making sure people are, maintaining a 6-foot distance when they could, according to, what the legislation was coming out. So it's definitely one of those things that are important stuff, because people, we're getting sick. So it's definitely a priority, I think, to code enforcement, to the city in general, is to keep all our citizens safe.
So Rich, and also to your point, our division, because we only have one code enforcement officer, we're sort of by necessity complaint driven. We just don't have the resources to be out there combing the streets looking for violations on a proactive basis. But I applaud, Anthony's efforts to be proactive to the extent he can with these flyers and all that kind of thing. But with respect to restaurants, we have large restaurants and COVID protocols, that type of thing. We've largely been reactive. So it's complaint driven. When we get complaints, we have sort of a certain threshold. If we receive a certain number of complaints, then we go check it out. And fortunately, that seems to have kind of waned a bit. And so we're not really getting restaurant complaints anymore, but I know that the state has taken a more active role recently, and the ABC has come in and exerted some of their authority with a couple of our local businesses, which is, I think, really where that responsibility falls, given that it's the state's
It's their
order.
rules. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
And they change every day, so
Right.
we're enforcing from one minute to the next.
Hot potato.
I realized it was a hot potato, so it was just a burning question. I didn't want to put you in too much of a hot spot there. Thank you.
Okay, I'm used to it.
All right, any other questions for Anthony?
Anthony, it's Jan. Anthony, what did you do to your arm?
I was trying
I've been working
to
it
get,
really hard.
well, Christine doesn't like to be talked back to. So, no, okay, that's not what happened. No, I was just lifting weights, and being older, I guess I didn't take enough time to warm up. So I grabbed 100-pound dumbbells, which I've done before, and heard a very loud crunching sound and then an intense heat in my shoulder. And then found out later I had 2 major massive tears in my rotator cuff. So I've been walking around for about 3 months, and then finally got surgery for it.
Take care.
Thank you.
I thought maybe you picked up 5 tons of cars all by yourself or something like that.
That wasn't that bad, actually. I didn't mind doing that.
All right, any other questions for Anthony?
Anthony, if nobody has done this, welcome to Lincoln. I think you're filling a very essential spot, cleaning up our town and keeping it looking nice. I live in Lincoln Hills, and I'm sort of aghast at some of the people that live in this community that don't think they're part of Lincoln. And so keeping things spotted, on spot is going to help to, I think, bring the community together, and I really welcome you to the community.
Thank you.
All right. Any other questions? Nope. All right. Well, Anthony, thank you very much for taking the time to be here with us today and answering the questions. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Glad to be here.
Oh, okay. Sorry, went silent for a second. I thought I somehow had exited the meeting or something. All right. Okay. Any other questions or anything before we wrap up?
Yeah, we've got a great speaker, another great speaker coming up next week. This lady was had attended RILA when she was in high school, and she went on to get a Rotary graduate scholarship in human justice, and she was born in Ethiopia and is now an attorney in Sacramento. I think she's going to be a really interesting speaker, so I look forward to hearing her, and I hope you do too.
Yeah, I look forward to that also. Thank you.
Brian,
yes.
The Women's Club is having a meeting this coming, well, the first of the month anyway, to talk about opening up again. So it sounds like it's going to happen fairly soon. We'll talk more about it
Okay.
at the board meeting, but I just want to let you know that you know, if you haven't gotten your shots, get them now so that you can be on the list so that you can go to the meetings, you know.
Great.
The other
Okay.
thing is, as kind of an ad, the Women's Club is having a spring bazaar this Saturday from 10 to 3, inside and outside. Social distancing, we've got everything worked out. We're taking temperatures. You have to wear a mask, but there's about 27 vendors and some of the really, really unusual type things. So it would be well worth stopping by Saturday for an hour and seeing if there's something that, you know, you might like for Mother's Day, spring, you know, Easter,
We can all,
just
we can all drop
because.
by after the property inspection.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Anyway, just an ad. So,
All right. Well, thank you. And yes, definitely look forward to hearing what we need to do so that we can maybe start meeting again pretty soon
Right.
at the
Yeah.
Women's Club. So perfect. Thank you very much, Claire, for that update.
Brian,
And yes,
I'd like to invite everybody to register for Festival of Learning. The registration is now on the district website. It is the month of April. This is in place of what we have known in the past to be the district assembly. You used to go to the district assembly, go to 1 or 2 workshops and learn about what you needed to learn about for your part in Rotary or in your club. Now it's open to anybody, any event that you want to attend. It's an hour long, unfortunately on Zoom, but Zoom has allowed us to be a little more creative. So throughout the month of April, if you want to get your Rotary fix on, you can attend Festival of Learning, and the registration, you register per class. So I've been going on and registering for everyone because I'm going to peek into just about every one of them. But we hope that all of you get a chance to attend at least 1 or 2 classes throughout the month. So thank you.
oh, sounds good.
Yeah, I
Thank
would
you for
second
that.
that. I would second that. There's some great classes. I think there's 27 or 28 classes
28.
offered. 28. So there's a real spectrum of everything from very basic to maybe you know, some more
And Mary Jo, the
complicated, whatever.
website it's rotarydistrict5180.org, right?
Correct.
Correct.
And Joanne is one of the presenters. So you don't want to miss your own Joanne.
Oh, whatever. At the
Oh.
Festival of Learning. Yes.
Festival of Learning.
Yeah. So sign up. It's a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, and a few Saturdays. And they're 50 minutes long, I think, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, 45. We're asking them to try to keep it 45 with time for questions. Another one I want to encourage everybody to attend, if nothing else, and that's the opening session on April 6th. I believe, I don't have my stuff right here, but I believe it's 5:30. We will have Vicki Pullitz, who is the RI director from our area. She's out of Reno, and she is going to be the incoming RI director. I think some of you have already heard her. And I mean, it's just really special that we get to have her be our opening speaker. So please
Great.
attend.
Yeah.
Great.
Free.
It's free.
And they're all
okay.
recorded too, so you could see them later on if you don't,
Yeah.
if you can't make the time.
Doesn't even cost you gas money. No.
Nope.
Perfect.
Oh, you can do it in your jammies with a glass of wine.
Perfect. I usually wait till noon at least, Mary Jo.
Well, most of them are all in the evening.
It's in the evening except
All
for
right.
Saturday morning.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right. So Joanne, what's your topic or subject you're speaking?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
I'll make it up as I go along. No, I think it's about youth. It's about the youth services.
Sounds
Ryan?
good. Yes, Jan.
Jan, I just want to commend Christine on her recent email about speakers, of whom
Yes.
we've had so many wonderful speakers through the year.
Perfect. So Jan, what month do you want?
What month do you want? But I like the idea of Christine, of what the monthly themes are and everything. So thank you for that.
You bet. Well, I'll be in touch with
Yeah.
you. You'll be doing some arm twisting.
Yeah.
Add your name to my list of people who need to be twisted.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for that, Jan. Anything else before we wrap up? I know today, for those who are interested, we have our monthly board meeting at 4 p.m. via Zoom. So if you want to attend and need the link, let me know and be happy to make sure to get that to you. Otherwise, I think we'll go ahead and wrap up. And everyone have a great week, and we will see you all next Thursday at noon. And thanks again, Anthony, and welcome aboard, Rich. And thanks for attending and joining us today, Mary Jo.
Congrats,
you.
Rich.
Thank you. Nice to see you, Joanne.
Good to see you.
Welcome to your new member. Welcome, Rich.
Thank you.
Everyone.
Have a good week, everyone.
Thanks, Brian.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right.